Big Mom's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. It's Mama and Lizard back here with you again to talk about Sister Wives, season 18, episode 3.
We're here for it.
We are here for it.
Because it's Janelle's turn.
It is, and I am here for Mary's snark. And by the way, a little PSA before we begin. YouTube TV, shame on you for the forced ads. Shame on you.
Ads, so many. Like, if we wanted cable, we'd go back to Dish.
Yeah, yeah, no. Anyway, stop it. Behave. Okay. Sister Wives episode 3. We start out with Cody and his brothers and friends talking about Cody's anger about Christine leaving. But he said at first he felt relief. What do you think about that?
I think, honestly, he felt relief because he didn't actually like them around. Because, again, like,
Well, I think he's talking about Christine.
But yeah, from Christine. But he didn't really like any of, like, he was always with Robin. And they were always pushing him to do stuff and actually, around the kids and everything. At first, he felt relief.
Yeah.
Then the anger came when he realized she left him. He was not the one who left.
Because he couldn't be the one to leave, because in their culture, it is bad for a dude to leave a wife.
Yeah, and I feel like her leaving, just, again, like, it's all spiritual for them, for, like, the multiple wives. He knew that her leaving meant that she wanted to leave him more than she believed in her faith.
Right?
And that's just, that looks terrible on him. The fact that a wife, again, like, who's spiritual, did all this, is with him with only a spiritual marriage, is leaving him even against her own faith, that looks bad on him. Again, you pointed in the previous episode about how he felt that Mary embarrassed him, and that's when he kind of, like, cut off the thread between them.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's the whole thing. It embarrasses him.
It's all about saving face.
Yeah.
And whenever Janelle said that they used to do it all the time, they would call it Testosterone Tuesdays when they lived in Utah. But he was claiming to work 60 hours a week back then. So, okay, you've got 3 wives and at least 10 children, maybe 13 at that point. You work 60 hours a week, but you still have time to go hang out with your dudes on Tuesdays? And this is what I'm talking about in the last episode, where he may have spent time around all his children on a daily, but he didn't know any of his children, like, really know them.
Right. Again, like, he was around them, but he didn't know what the favorite colors were. He didn't know what they wanted to be, how their school was going.
Yes, exactly. He didn't know much about them.
And yet but the wives would know. They would have to coordinate and, work together for that. And yet he's mad that Janelle and Christine didn't automatically cut each other off.
Yeah, it's so selfish. He's just so selfish, and it just kills me.
All about him.
And then whenever
sorry, him and Robin,
they were talking about the pluses of having multiple wives, that if you're sick of one, you can go to the next one.
That's
and
gross.
Mary says that makes her want to vomit. This is what I'm talking about. I love Mary's honesty, her snark, her everything this season. And it makes her want to vomit, because you should work it out instead of using someone else as an escape. Yes, thank you, Mary.
Right? It's also like, I'm gonna bring this up because, again, like, marriage thing. Marriage is supposed to be when you love each other, you want to be around each other, you want to have a life with them, with children, and all
Yes.
that. Or even not having children, just having a life with someone.
Yes.
And then I see it online. You see it more online because now that, everything's online now.
Yes.
About, like, how much it's always men.
Oh, well, not always, but yeah.
But men consider married tying them down, losing something, losing their freedom, all this stuff. And I'm like, that's super gross. If you see yourself, like, if I saw a wedding cake topper at a friend's wedding, and it was like the bride having to drag the groom, I'd tell her to rip up the the wedding papers. Do not go into that. If he's okay with like seeing it as being dragged to the altar, having to do this, losing
The
his
old
freedom,
ball and chain.
get out of there. It's not going to be a good marriage. You may look like a good marriage, but that does not last. You can't be in a marriage if you find being with your significant other a chore.
I
Something
agree.
which Cody felt. Having me around all the wives and the children was a chore, something he had to do.
And he was saying that his anger about Christine leaving has changed or damaged his relationships with Robin. And he, as an afterthought, he goes, and Janelle. And I mean, and not to mention all the kids involved. And but the anger has been happening again long before Christine left. Like long before she moved his shit out of her house.
Honestly, I think the anger came from the wives pushing for, like, during COVID, he was hanging around Robin or kids all the time, and they were probably like, "Hey, why don't you? You know, you have like 15 other kids. Could
I'm
you go
sure
join
Robin
them?"
was like, "Are you sure, Janelle or Mary? Well, maybe not Mary, but maybe Christine will let you come over. I'm sure they don't have COVID, you know? And just get out of my face, get out of the house, go away with your angry, mean self."
Right? She was again like, and then he wouldn't, and them pushing and not get like not giving total control over to him, basically like, "Listen up, douchebag. Go see your kids. Our children are the ones we made together. You
But any
forget that."
married woman knows if you nag your husband enough about something, if you care enough to nag, okay? If Papa had a child from another relationship, okay, and he ignored that child, I would not be with him. Because how you treat one child is how you really feel about all. I don't care. If you have a child and you claim to love children and want your children in your life, because I know he loves you too,
Right.
and like that, he wouldn't do that anyway. But I'm just saying, I would not respect him as a human, as a man, as a person, if he did not take care and and make the effort to have a relationship with that other child. That is, as a woman, as a wife, Robin dropped the ball. I don't, and I think she did it on purpose. I think she liked being the only family for a while, but now he's on her nerves and he needs to find somewhere else to go.
And now it's showing that the other wives are bailing. They had enough, and she realizes she's gonna be stuck with only Cody.
Mm-hmm. And okay. Alert, y'all. Alert, alert, alert. They answered the question that we've all been asking for a decade. Why does Robin need a nanny? Okay?
Right.
All the other wives managed to raise 6 children apiece, and Mary helped out, and with raising those children all at the same time, you have 3 adult people besides yourself living in your house that could help with their younger siblings who are at this age 7 and like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
So they don't need a fucking nanny anymore. They really, really don't. Maybe need a housekeeper to cook and clean for you, but not a nanny. But she says that that's why she always has childcare help, because Cody doesn't have the time to help her.
And also, I fully believe this. The reason why Robin has childcare is because she wants to keep the narrative that she's distanced from the wives. They never liked her and her kids. They won't help her with her and her kids. And since Cody isn't around to help all the time, she needs that nanny.
But even before they were married, McKelty was basically living with her, nannying her kids. And then they had a cousin live with them, like when they lived in Vegas, who was the quote unquote nanny. And so she's always had to have help, even before Solomon and Ariella. Now, everyone has been hypothesizing and speculating about her maybe having some sort of secret health condition that it forces her to need help. Okay, I have a list of diagnoses that literally like 15 or 16 of them, and all of them make you tired, make you lethargic, give you brain fog. They make me hurt. They
So much pain.
And it's like, you don't understand. I live with this every day and have for a very long time. I still managed to be there for my kids. And yes, my kids and my husband had to step up more and help out more the more disabled I got. But guess what? We did it as a family.
And if you go to other episodes on our podcast, Away from Sister Wives, we do talk about that.
Yes. And here's the thing, why were her kids too good to do chores? All the other kids had to do chores. Episode 1 shows Logan getting up at like 5:30 in the morning to get all his younger siblings up for school and get them breakfast because mom was already up and out the door to work. Where's dad? Dad can't be relied on to help in the morning because, he's got 2 other families to deal with. So it's like all these kids have chores.
It just shows how much, again, like, how much he babies her kids. Her kids get all the good stuff that the other kids never got, which again breeds resentment, and it just shows how much that has preferential treatment for her kids.
Well, that and was it his other sons, they had to be at work, out of the house, 18. Or have plans to get out close thereafter.
Right.
Or, it's like they were not allowed to just stay around the house. I think that's why Peyton ended up traveling around right after high school. He said he wasn't doing anything at home, so she kicked him out, and then he went to live with McHelty, I think, for a while to help what's up with her business, and he didn't do his end of the bargain, so she kicked him out, and I think that's how he ended up in the military.
Yeah.
Um,
That happens a lot, though.
I mean, but young guys and young people in general don't always know what they want to be when they grow up when they're 17, 18 years old. You need time to figure that out, to educate yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, I agree and I don't agree. But anyway, the fact that all these women felt forced to either lean on each other or outside help or whatever and had no help from him at all in the kid rearing department speaks a lot about his interest in being a father. He likes fathering children for his celestial kingdom.
And he likes being like adored by his children
when they're young and impressionable, and it's just, Daddy, we love you.
Not like, Dad, why aren't you around it some more?
Right? So,
and
we get to the good part of the episode.
And it, because Janelle doesn't cut off Christine. She doesn't, and Janelle actually wants to spend holidays with her family.
Their children.
Yeah. The children that he fathered.
And here's the thing. It's their oldest daughter's first home that they bought together. Okay?
Right?
They have 3 grandchildren in that home.
Who he also doesn't want to see, apparently.
And she and all the other kids were going to go there for the holidays, at least most of the older kids of Janelle's, because, again, Maddie's first home with Christmas. I invited everybody over. Like, remember when we first moved into a place and we are so proud to show it off, so we invite people for like Easter or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I get the excitement there, and I see why she wouldn't be like, okay, this year I really want, this is important to me, and so I'm going to do Christmas here. And it's, again, he takes it as a personal
attack against him.
Yes, thank you.
Like, she chooses our kids over me, so she must be doing this against me. Not the fact that these are your children, and you should be kind of, putting a little better treatment for them.
Okay, the biggest thing everyone's been talking about is the fight between Cody and Janelle. They get into it, and I guess Janelle finds out from other episodes that he had called her the Teflon Queen, and she had heard where he called her things or said things about her, and so there were some hurt feelings there, I guess, again, because these people never communicate, as we talked about in all the Sister Wives book episodes.
But also, Cody never communicates with anyone other than Robin. He's never around enough to talk to them.
He doesn't care to talk to anybody else.
Right.
Is the issue. And as I pointed out before, Cody got very, very angry that the older kids got a B&B for Christmas. There was no room anywhere else. Janelle's living in a tiny 2-bedroom apartment, and his house is full of their family. There's no way that you can fit an extra, 8, 10 people in there.
It's just an excuse for him to get angry and see everyone else out against them.
And what killed me is when he looked at her little tree, which for an apartment, okay, it's just fine.
It's cute.
He says that tree degrades his family unit. That tiny tree that she really liked is, simple and easy for her.
Her and Christine
to do alone. And again, it wasn't him there putting her tree up.
It was Christine.
So it's like, why does he care how big the tree is?
Because it's just, again, like, he's nagging at her. He had no control over Janelle leaving, or Christine leaving, so now he has to push everyone else. And now it's Janelle's turn to be pushed. Anything she does is wrong.
And again, forcing everyone to pack up on Christmas Day and go to his house. It's just,
Again,
but there's no compromise, nothing. Like, hey, come over here on Christmas Eve, and then, we'll come over there Christmas Day. And I totally agree that the first interaction between them all, especially the older boys who, were vocal about their problems anyway.
Yeah,
Christmas Eve or Christmas Day is not the appropriate first interaction. There should be a phone call between Cody and his kids, his sons, to discuss what happened and clear the air before Christmas. That is what should have happened.
I don't even know why Rob would want them at her house anyway. She's the one who said she doesn't feel safe around them.
Right? So go over there, and that way you can leave anytime you want.
Right?
That would make more sense to me. And who wants the extra, like, dirt and grime and trash and everything in your house? Let them do the cleaning.
But again, I feel like it was like a fake lure. Like, oh, you can come to our house, even though it doesn't have any room for everyone.
Right?
Again, the fake lure, like, oh yeah, you can totally come over, but you actually can't because there's no room, and we don't want the cameraman in here, and we're not gonna have anything filmed or anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Christmas is but their argument, and some of her points were very valid. She said to Cody, you don't want to do it, so you're making it my fault, which is something that happens a lot, I think, and people don't even realize it. It's like, I don't want to do it, and so, you're the reason why I'm not doing it.
Again, putting the blame on
Everyone else. And when she said, I don't think that they were supposed to really talk about it on camera, and I think this is what caused him to flip out a little bit, is he was talking about the COVID thing and how the boys didn't listen, and that's what caused the issues. And she's like, Cody, you wanted me to kick them out. I wasn't putting my boys out in the middle of a pandemic. And you saw them both kind of freeze and look at each other, and you could tell that was something that wasn't supposed to be said on camera.
But honestly, it's something that should be said on camera because he did want that, and she even pointed out, like, you never actually apologized. You didn't apologize. You say you did, but you didn't actually apologize.
And the reason I know that Cody and Robin come up with some of this crap on together is because last episode Robin made the analogy of Cody has to carry everything on his shoulders. He's done it for so long and he's tired. This episode, Cody made the same analogy to Janelle that he was tired of carrying everything on his shoulders, by himself, and he's never done it. Never done it.
And previous just the season, he said it's up to his wife to make the relationship.
Yeah.
He even said it himself. It's up to his wife. He's like, oh, it's all on me. No, you passed it on.
And you know what?
Everyone else.
Sperm donor told that to me one time because I would secretly, but without you guys knowing, call him sometimes and be like, hey, look, this is what the children are telling me. This, I'm trying to help you with your relationship with them. If you would just talk to them, just explain this, whatever, it'll be so much better. And he never would, but I kept trying multiple times over the years. And at the end, whenever I was just like, look, dude, your kids love you. Just make the effort, make an effort. And he's like, well, the phone works both ways. Why don't they come up here and see me now that they have a car? And I'm like, they're minors. They're still in school. Your area isn't safe. I don't want them really driving that far because it was a good, like, 60 miles away, up into the city when they're not familiar with driving in the city. And there was many, many, many reasons. But again, you're the adult.
Right?
You're the mature. You're supposed to be the mature one. If you love your kids, you're the one that's supposed to keep that communication open.
Honestly, though, even when we were at his house, again, like how we said in previous episodes about how Cody was there but not, aware of anything that his kids liked or anything. He was just part-time.
It was a very superficial acquaintance.
Again, like, we go up there, he'd sleep the entire weekend, and then we just, basically fend for ourselves.
Yep.
Like eating PB&J sandwiches, egg waffles, Sprite, whatever's in the fridge.
And he would sleep, and you guys would play on the
Computer,
Xbox and computer.
PlayStation.
I'm not supervised, no
Oh, yeah.
parental blocks. It was a mess.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the crazy sister wives. I love it when Cody throws at her, Christine was Janelle's co-parent, not me. Well, I wonder why.
Right? And he says it like it's a dig at them, but it's just, again, it just shows he wasn't there.
Like, why was the co-parent, and why didn't you care until now? That's
Right? And he just proves that why Janelle and Christine wouldn't cut each other off. Because they were co-parents for each other.
And I'm gonna say it again. I think I said it in the last episode, but the Robin syndrome is spreading. First, Robin is the victim, and everybody does her wrong, and everybody's out to get her. Now her kids, everybody is against them and rejects them, and out to get them. And now Cody is paranoid and everything. Everybody's mean to me and poor me, and it is so annoying. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm a little bit more old school, old fashioned, where I expect dudes to just kind of have that stiff upper lip, and I am not afraid of a man crying at all. Men have emotions, men should talk about their feelings and all that.
But sometimes you gotta suck it up.
Yeah, pick your balls up, dude. Get him out of Robin's purse, and just be a man and have a relationship with your people that you created.
Right? Like rub some dirt on it, get going.
And he says, this is what I'm talking about with like the Robin syndrome has spread. He said, everybody thinks I'm the bad guy. And Janelle cheated him out of a relationship with his kids. His kids are grown. Okay? His boys were like 16, 17, 18, 19-ish years old between them at the time.
Yeah.
And, okay, that relationship is for you, between you and that child to keep open.
Again,
and if the child keeps reaching out to you and you keep ignoring it or not responding or whatever, that child's gonna give up.
Not to mention they clearly saw him ignoring their mother. He was doing anything again, like they're like, oh, okay.
And we remember all last season that was a big drama, that everybody was pissed off that he was ignoring everybody else because of COVID.
Again, COVID was the excuse.
Yep, that was the excuse last season.
Plenty of families who figured out how to see each other and everything. And it's not like they were far from each other. They're in the same town.
And again, my girl Mary, I'm here for Mary. She sticks up for Janelle because Cody had accused her of colluding against him. And she's like, Janelle's not colluding. No one's against you, Cody. You're okay. And I love Mary this season. I wish that she would have been this open and honest and this, like, I don't give a fuck the entire time.
Again, this season is just like they've all hit their breaking point.
And they just don't care anymore.
Done with him. Like,
yeah.
Mary's like, she understands that she's not including the family. She's like, okay, I'm just here to make all the honest comments. No one else will. Christine's just happy. She's like, I'm happy. I'm done. Bye. And Janelle, again, this episode cursed at him, and she was like,
I love that. That's such a me thing to do.
She hit her point with him, and she's like, frick you. And now he's lost three tires, and he's wondering why he can't drive.
Right? And I love Mary said she's gonna make her own Christmas magic, because she's just stuck in the middle of everybody. And I love again where she said, I'm not picking sides. I'm just gonna be where I'm wanted. That's all I want. I just want to be where people want me around. And obviously, Christian and Janelle are not at that point with Mary, I guess, because they didn't reach out and invite her or anything.
Honestly, I feel like Mary should cut them all off. While I love Christine and Janelle and everything,
they are being very, very bitchy to Mary.
Mary just needs to go off and just.
They're being mean girls.
Okay, you know what? No contact, Mary. If Mary ever hears this, go. I hope she. I don't even know what she's doing now. This is like 2 years before.
Yeah.
There's a big year difference between what we're saying now and when the episodes were actually filmed.
Yeah.
So again,
but at this point in time, you go, Mary. We're here for you.
Like, get out of there. Go do something else for your life.
And what killed me, okay, Cody says, because Janelle was crying, literally crying and fearful for her future because all of her money is tied up in family stuff and the properties and stuff. And he says that Janelle has just as many assets as the rest of us. Bullcrap. There has been many people have put out videos about the thousands, like $25,000 worth of artwork that are on the walls. The stupid, what was that? The Christmas Village we had talked about in another episode.
That's the next episode.
Where it was like $100 each piece or more. So it's just like the extravagance that these people live in, and he's saying, well, she's got as many assets as we do, and they've got cars and trailers and this giant like $100 million house and Coyote Pass and bullshit, Cody. You're a liar and you're a thief. You and Robin are thieves, in my opinion. That's my assertion. It is not proven, but I think you've stolen the money of the other hardworking women so that Robin can sit on her ass with her nanny and do nothing.
And again, it's the whole point of like that's why they don't want people filming their house, because they'll see just how much lavish that Robin has.
Yeah.
Robin has everything.
Very expensive taste, Robin.
Robin has everything that he should have been giving to the wives, otherwise than their children.
And okay, my last bit for this episode is watch carefully at the end of the episode at the last interview with Cody. He looks completely fucking stoned. And I'm not judging because, I use marijuana from pain. And
it's legal in our state.
It is legal where we live. I'm not doing anything illegal. I never tried. I raised my kids to be anti-drug. I am still anti-drug, anything that is not legal. So that's my little thing there. But I'm not against, hey, if you need a gummy to get you through the stress of the day, you go, dude. You need to blaze up before you do these interviews with all your anger issues and wanting to hate and have evil thoughts. Please, medicate so that you don't go off the deep end and murder people.
Maybe he kept saying some crap they didn't want to put on air. They're like, okay, just take a hit.
Right? Something.
The producer's like, just take one hit. We need to get this done.
And you're acting crazy. You got crazy eyes, Cody. We need to calm you down.
We need you to not look like a psychopath on TV.
Okay, guys, that's our take on Sister Wives, season 18, episode 3. Episode 4 we have already done because we went ahead a little bit and then we had to backtrack because we were working on the Sister Wives book. But everything will be out very, very close together, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. Come back again when we talk about the upcoming new episode, Sister Wives episode 5. Please be safe, you guys. Buckle your seatbelts, spay and neuter your pets. For Papa, use your turn signals, and please be kind.
Also, in the comments or anywhere, either on Facebook or social media, tell us about your relationships.
Divorces, split up.
Because he's going through like 3 divorces at once. If you've only been through one, if you are a child who went through divorces, maybe you were in a polygamous family and they split apart. How was that for you? How was your, again, good, bad divorces? Give us.
Yeah, my divorce, I haven't really gotten into on the podcast yet. I'm still waiting to see if there's any interest in getting my, doing a
lore and backstory.
My bio after my childhood. But it would be an entire episode just about my relationship with him and the divorce. So anyway, you guys be safe out there. I hope you're enjoying our content. If you are, please drop us a like and please subscribe because it doesn't cost you anything and it lets us know that you're out there listening.
And also it helps us be able to give you guys new podcasts of different topics, different views. And again, your favorite shows, you're obviously here. You like Sister Wives. Let us know you want more.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.